That's interesting. Oh, and then take. Oh, and then try to make a big pop.
Talagang nakaka-excite ang ating mapapanood ngayon mga tol. Tinaguri ang Mr. Excitement ng Philippine Boxing mga tol, ang tubong Iloilo na si Denver Cuello. Ngunit bago yan, welcome mga tol dito sa ating panibagong video. Salamat sa pagbabalik mga tol dito sa A3 Boxing TV. Kung bago ka pa lang sa ating channel na puno ng pakbakan, paklik na lang ng subscribe button, bell icon at all para updated ka sa ating panibagong uploads araw-araw. Nakaharap ng ating kababayan ang pambato ng Japan na si Hiroshi Matsumoto sa kagustuhang makabawi sa pagkatalo ng tatlo nating mga kababayan na tinalo ng palaban Hapones. Tara na mga tol, panoorin natin ang kanilang sagupaan. Mainit agad ang panimula ng unang round mga tol.
In the white with the black trim. Both fighters left-handed, both come out firing jabs.
Cuello with a strange aberration in his record, 5 draws, which is so rare to see that many already in a fighter's career.
Well, they're not wasting any time. They're coming out right in the center and throwing already out. And Matsumoto was staggered a little bit, checked his footing, and he's getting hammered. As Cuello's just unloading that left hand.
An action-packed first round, and when you have two lefties who are not typically boxer types, they make for an action fight like this.
With Cuello throwing right hooks, straight lefts. They're not exactly trying to set the tone with their jab, Al, coming out here in the first round. They're just going head-hunting right from the start. And Moto's actually got time to talk to his corner.
They are wailing away.
He's just turned around and speaking to his corner right in the middle of the action there. A minute into the fight.
Hey, keep him up, keep him up.
Matsumoto having so much trouble with his balance.
Yes, he is. And it could be because of the punches he's catching. Well, he's trying to dig into the body. Crowd loving the action here.
Mistake. When he throws the right hook to the body, he's leaving that right very low and he's open for counter punches and straight left, and there it landed again by Cuello.
And he's leading, Matsumoto's also leading with his head there as he leaves himself off balance, and then he hits on the break. Just gets a warning from De Blanco.
Action-packed first round.
Well, absolutely.
They're trading right hooks, and you know the problem is I think Matsumoto is not as powerful as Cuello's, and that's a dangerous thing for Matsumoto.
They've got a cut eye of Matsumoto right now. He took a kidney shot, and then back of the head, and they're going to send him to the corner as they take a look at the cut.
Don't know if that came from a clash of heads or a punch. It's very hard to tell. We've had eventful first rounds here already this morning and this evening where many of you are watching.
Punch.
Well, he looked like he was in trouble on the ropes, Al, right there, and got turned around sideways. They're ruling it was from a punch.
Okay, neutral.
We'll take a look at it a little bit later. I would tend to think it was. I saw Cuello go to, now there's a cut on the top of Cuello's head, so maybe it was a headbutt, because he's cut too, on the top of his head right there over his left temple.
Yeah, they may have that furious action. There was a lot of action. That's a very bad cut. Now, if it is ruled a clash of heads, and the fight has to be stopped before 4 rounds, it would be a no decision.
Right. And one thing he pointed out was his balance. He just caught a big left right there, and then the right hand too. So Cuello, at this point, realizing with the cuts,
2-year-old Cuello believes he's the next star in the Filipino world in this minimum weight or possibly flyweight, the junior flyweight category, where they have many good fighters, and he has shown a lot here in round 1.
Undefeated in his last 10 fights, and now it's become a lot of blood for Cuello's head as we end round 1.
No heads that came together in that.
Now we got a
Mabibigat na palitan ng suntok ang ating mapapanood sa second at third round.
A little MMA broke out there. I think we had a knee to the chest.
So as best as we can determine, they have not said that that came from a clash of heads. So that would mean if this fight were stopped because of that cut, Matsumoto would lose the fight. That
would be my speculation. I thought I saw it indicated a punch, but the only thing that threw me off was the cut on the top of the head of Cuello.
Right.
Thinking that might have been the clash, but I didn't see that angle, and you didn't either on the replay. We are in the second round. The pace continues. There's been a punch right to the ribs that Cuello snuck in there that's really thrown Matsumoto off balance, as if he had any balance. and he just caught with the right hand coming in.
Weapon as well, and that cut is not Matsumoto, so it's a big factor early in this fight.
Matsumoto probably can't see that left hand coming at this point. The blood is really profusely, but they don't really affect you unless they get in your eye and the blood gets in your eye. But the one that Matsumoto has is definitely going to be a problem, and quickly.
It's right on the eyelid, and it's bleeding a little bit less than it was earlier. And Matsumoto started to land his own jab occasionally anyway, but Matsumoto does not really set up his power punches with the jab. He wings his power punches, and that leaves him open.
He's really struggling with the eye right now, rubbing with his gloves. And you mentioned the jab. Coelho came out in this round of throwing, doubling up on the jab to set up what he hopes will be the finishing punch, that left over the top right there.
You know,
but he's got a good quick jab, Coelho does. I'm impressed.
Struggling to tighten up his punches, to throw straighter punches. When he does, he's very effective, like that straight left hand that he just threw.
Well, the one thing you could say that you already figured out about Matsumoto is that he's a pure fighter. But
very aggressive, and obviously makes very action-packed fights because he is always coming forward.
Seconds left in round 2. Scheduled for 12. It'd be a miracle if it went that far.
Yeah, that would
with
be
all the damage that's been done so far. And Coelho really missing over the top, just trying to load up that left hand. And of course they're aware of that 4th round and not wanting to go to the scorecard.
Well, but in this case, though,
but it would be Coelho's victory. I believe he's won the first 2 rounds pretty handily. Final seconds, round 2, as Coelho digs into the chest. Punch right at Matsumoto's in the white trunks. Coelho in the green, white, and red. So Matsumoto actually trying to work a little bit of a jab in there and keep his head away a little bit there, Al. Other than interested to see if they slow down. They usually don't at this weight ever slow down.
He lost the technical decision, but Matsumoto has not been stopped in his pro career, so it's intriguing.
Uppercut and right hand for Coelho, followed by a left. If that doesn't stop him. Those were 3. You were talking about more accurate, sharp punches, but Coelho just got on the inside, but not as effective. The power, obviously, Matsumoto doesn't have as much.
It speaks to among his victories, so he's not a monstrous knockout puncher, but Matsumoto is taking his best shot.
He's gonna, which you will see when you get in these type of battles, these type of wars, street wars, more or less. Round 3, there's the punch I'm talking about, down in the ribs right there.
Good left hand downstairs. He's winning the battle of the right hook. It's a fun fight, though. Both men, a lot of activity, a lot of action.
The crowd reacting every time Coelho throws that left.
Card filled with these minimum and flyweight or junior flyweight fights, and if they're action-packed.
Down to a knee.
That's a knockdown.
That's a knockdown. Going to get a count. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Matsumoto taking the count. There we go. First knockdown of the fight. Coelho comes straight across, tries to bore into the body.
It was that right hook from Coelho that did the damage.
It's attrition now.
That was a warning for hitting Matsumoto when he was down. Which Coelho
uppercut. Another uppercut from Coelho. Then he throws him down, and across the ring they roll. And the crowd reacts. A 2-point takedown, Al.
You know,
they have to put some headgear on if this keeps up. That was interesting.
And that was dangerous because both men could have been injured with that, but Coelho kind of threw him down. Coelho is, of course, landing just monstrous right hooks that are hurting Matsumoto, and that's the key story here. Matsumoto can't find a way not to get him.
These guys are...
Panimula ng round 4 mga tol, dahan-dahan ng binanata ng ating kababayan ng Hapon.
Matsumoto trying to find a way to hold on right now. Getting the warning.
Gene Del Blanco has his hands full in this fight. There's a lot of subplots in terms of rules being slightly bent, and he's got to deal with all of it.
Well, now Gene Del Blanco just pushed down Matsumoto.
isang solidong suntok na galing sa Pinoy ang tumapos sa laban.
That's interesting. Oh, and then got a big power punch on the inside for Cuello. Will this do it? No, he's going to stop it. Gino Blanco's going to stop it now. I mean, after all, he just had breaking the fighters up. He accidentally shoved Matsumoto down.
Salamat. Mag-iwan na lang kayo ng comment, like at subscribe. Mag-upload kayo ng videos araw-araw.